Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. And if things keep looking good, it looks like we should be back to school this time next week. Well, I guess we don't have school on the 18th, but the 19th, we should be back. I cannot wait to see you guys in person, in our classroom, doing all of our normal things. Okay, so let's get started for today. Today is Monday. Can you say Monday with me? Good. Monday, January 11th, 2021. Now, Friday was day 80. Do you remember? We made another bundle. We put it in the tens place. So if Friday was 80, what's one more than 80? Good, 81. So that means I put one straw in the ones place. I change that 0 to a 1. Let me get that back open. And we put the number 1 over here. So let's make our 1 cube. We've got our 8 tens up here. Can you help me count? Okay. Loud and proud, are you ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81 days of learning. I cannot believe it. It seems like we just started school in August. It is flying by. All right, let's move this over here. Out of the way. Now, this week, we have a brand new story in our Journeys book, okay? We're starting a new lesson. It's a really good story. But before we get started, I want to show you our new words, okay? We have, I believe there's 8. Yes, 8 new words this week that you are going to see in our story, okay? So I want you to think about these words. Can you read them when you look at them? Do you know what they mean? And can you use them in your own sentence? So let's look at our first one, okay? Number 1. What word do I see on card number 1? What's my blue word? Good. 2. 2 is a number word, isn't it? 2. Say that with me. 2. 2 desert lizards are sitting on the rock. Now I want you to think about how you could use the word to in a sentence. You can say it to your mom or your dad or your stuffed animal, or you can say it back to your computer. You can say it to me. All right, think of your sentence. Good job. All right, let's look at our second card. Let's look at our blue word. What is it? Let's separate this word. I see a little word here that I know. This is the word in. Now, if I look at the second half of my word, I see the word to. If I put it together, makes the compound word into. Say that with me. Into. Good. The bird flew into the big cactus. Now think of a sentence on your own where you can use the word into. Say it out loud. Good. All right, let's look at this one. What do you think? Look at our blue word. I see the TH. Let's do the TH sound. Good. Nice. 3. Say that with me. 3. 3 is a number word. There are 3 birds resting in the sun. Say your sentence. Use that number 3 word. Good. All right, let's look at number 4. Let's see. ST makes the st. Arts. See how I did a slow check under this word? It's a little tricky. Let's do another slow check. Start. Starts. Say that with me. Starts. The desert starts to cool down at sunset. Starts. All right, what's your sentence? Okay, good. How about this next word? Say it together. Ready? Over. A hawk flew over the tall rocks. Over. All right, now let me hear your sentence with over. Good. All right. Oh my goodness, we have another number word. We are getting so much practice with these number words. We're going to use that a little bit later today. What's this one? Starts with an F. What sound does F make? Good. 4. 4. All 4 legs of this fox are strong. 4. Remember, this isn't like I will take this to my mom for supper. This is the number 4. So when you say your sentence, use the number 4. Holy moly, look at this one. Another one. I told you we're going to practice these number words. How about this? Let's get it started. I've. 5. The number 5. This desert flower has 5 red spots. There they are. Can you use 5 in a sentence? Good. And here's our last word for this week that we're going to practice. Let's look at it. Watch. Watch. Can you say watch with me? Good job. The rabbits watch and listen for danger. They use their big ears to do that, don't they? All right, great job, guys. So for today, like I said, we're getting a new story in our Journeys book. Now, this is the type of story called a fantasy. Can you say the word fantasy with me? Good. All right, so this tells us that a fantasy could not happen in real life. Now, as I read, I want you to listen and look for animals who act and talk like people. We know that couldn't happen in real life. And I want you to look for events that could not happen in real life either, okay? Now, we're going to meet the author and meet the illustrator here. So the author's name up here is Pam Munoz Ryan. Now, it tells us that California summers can be very hot. When Pam Munoz Ryan was growing up, she was often at the library on summer days. That's because the library was one of the few places nearby with air conditioning. Sounds like a good place to be. Now, the illustrator, remember what the illustrator does? If the author writes the words, the illustrator draws the pictures. Good. Viviana Garofali. Viviana Garofali and her family make their home in the country of Argentina. Sophie's Trophy and My Big Rig are 2 of the books that she has illustrated. So there's our author and our illustrator. Now this story is called The Big Race, okay? Now when we read, we're going to think about why it is important to have rules. We have our rules in our classroom at school, in the hallway at school, in the bathroom, and in the cafeteria. Now, we need to be thinking, why are rules a good thing to have? Okay? So here we have The Big Race, written by Pam Munoz Ryan, illustrated by Viviana Garofali. Today is the big race. Win the big race, win this big cake. I like this cake, said Red Lizard. I will run in that race. Red Lizard gets to the race. 4 animals will run with him. Cottontail is not late. She will run in lane 1. Do you notice our word that we practiced? Good, number 4. Rat naps in the shade. She will run in lane 2. Snake takes his spot in lane 3. Roadrunner stands in lane 4. He waves to his pals. Red Lizard is in lane 5. The animals bend and hop. The flag is down and the race starts. Many animals watch and clap. Get set, go! Cottontail does not get far. Oh my goodness, he looks distracted, doesn't he? Rat falls into the hay. Oh my gosh, he's not in the race either. Snake stops and chases bugs. Roadrunner trips over a rake. Who will win? It's Red Lizard who wins. Hip, hip, hooray! Watch me eat this cake, he yells. Red Lizard looks at his big cake. That cake is so much bigger than him, isn't it? Do you think he can eat it all? I don't know. Red Lizard looks at his pals. Now I want you to stop right here and I want you to make a prediction. Think about what might happen. What do you think Red Lizard might do? Let's see. His pals like cake too. What will Red Lizard do now? Let's see if our predictions are right. Look at that. Red Lizard gets 5 plates. He gets cake for his pals too. Hip, hip, hooray for Red Lizard. Very good. And that is the end of our story for this week. That was really nice of Red Lizard, wasn't it? Even though his friends didn't follow the rules in the race by staying in the race, they all got cake. He shared his cake. He made a very nice decision. Okay, so now I want you to grab your reader's notebook and turn to page 195. Today we're going to do page 195 and 196. I want you to look up here before we get started. We're going to talk about on page 195 long A words, okay? Now maybe tomorrow we'll look back in our story and see if we can find those long A words. So long A words, the A says its name. I don't hear the short A. I don't hear ah. I hear A. Can you say that with me? A. Now, another rule that we need to have for our long A words, the word needs a silent E at the end. So the first thing that comes to my mind for a long A word is the word name. Name. Now I don't hear that E at the end. It's silent, isn't it? I have my A and I have my E. Say that with me. Name. Good. Now what about this? Here's one from our story. Tell me if this is a long A word. Ace. Red Lizard was in a race. Is it long A? Thumbs up if you think that's long A. Thumbs down if it's not. What do you think? Race. Good. Long A. The A says its name. It has a silent E at the end. How about, Here's another one that's from our story. I just keep thinking of them. How about this one? Thumbs up if you think it's long A. Thumbs down if you don't. Cake. Ache. Do you hear the A say its name? Does it say A? Yeah, cake. Here's the A. There's the silent E. Let's do one more, okay? How about, oh, I know you all like to do these. You like to play a game. Can you tell me, is this a silent or a long A? Good. It says game. All right, I see my A and I see the E. So on page 195, it tells you to circle the word that matches the picture. So we have a crane, a plane, a cake, a gate, a whale, and a vase. So those words should all be a long A sound. See if you can circle those, okay? And now I want you to look at page 196 before you go back to that other one, okay? So let's look up here. We've done quite a few of these. You're pretty good at them. Now, at the top of page 196, this is where we need to think, what makes sense? What word sounds right to us in our brain when we read this out loud? So we need to circle the word that best completes each sentence, okay? I have the first two up here for us. So let's do these two together, okay? Number one says, can you watch or into my fish for me? What makes sense? What sounds right? Let's say that again. Say it with me. Can you, let's try watch my fish for me. That makes sense, but let's make sure the other one is not good first before we circle it. Can you into my fish for me? That does not make sense. So I know that the word watch is correct. Go ahead and circle that on number one in your book too. All right, now let's hop to number two. I will go into or starts class with you. What do you think? Can you say it? Good. I will go into class with you. Nice job. So let's circle that in your book for number two. Now, before you finish 3 and 4 for that one, let's practice our number words. Can you guys tell me how to spell number 1? I'm going to write it up here because you're going to need these for the second half of that page also. Number 1. Okay, good. O-N-E. How about number 2? This was one of our words this morning. Nice. T-W-O. How about 3? There's another word. It has the good. T-H-R-E. 3. How about number 4? Remember, this is the number word. Good. F-O-U-R. How about 5? We saw that today, didn't we, on our card? Do you remember how we spell it? F-I-V-E. Now let's practice number 6. 6 is a short word. S-I-X. S-I-X. All right, so you can use these to help you with the bottom half of page 196. Okay, so don't forget, for today, for Monday, January 11th, you're going to do pages 195 and 196. Make sure your grown-up takes a picture of this, sends it to me on Class Dojo, and also today, let's see if we can try to use some long A words in our journal writing, okay? Or maybe even number words, or both. That would be exciting. Don't forget, your journal should be at least 3 sentences, finger space in between each word. What do you need at the beginning? Good, a capital. And you need an end mark at the end of each sentence. All right, boys and girls, good work today. I will see you in just a little bit for math.